Penn State played arguably, Dave, its best 60 minutes, even though it gave up 45 to Oregon. A lot of folks give up 45 to Oregon. Had a great chance to win the Big Ten championship game. I love that the College Football Playoff Committee lived up to what it said. The committee said it would not punish teams for losing championship games as long as they were competitive. They didn't punish Penn State. Nittany Lions have a home game, and I think the Nittany Lions have a pretty nice draw.
Yeah, I was really impressed with James Franklin and what they did against Oregon. I really was, particularly offensively. And the thing that they did, they were balanced in my mind. They ran the ball. You know, they got two outstanding.
A couple of 100-yard rushers.
Thank you. They got some outstanding talent. But here's the key, and I've watched SMU a couple of times. SMU, the first thing James Franklin's got to do is half these players probably don't have much respect for SMU. Sometimes we used to say this, and I remember Jimmy Johnson talking about it. Sometimes games like this, you got to cause a crisis, Rick. You got to get your team's attention as far as what the heck we're facing this week, guys. You know, this is not the old this is SMU right now that's given up 2.8 yards a carry, okay, for the season. This is an SMU team that their quarterback, I got his name here. What is it? Jennings,
terrific.
Right? I mean, this guy can fly. And they've got talent, okay? Down here in Texas, they are getting a lot of talent. They're well coached. They've earned these wins. They can't do anything about who they play. So to me, it's about Penn State focusing on them and making sure that mentally they have the same approach that they had last week in the Big Ten championship. If that's what they got to come into. Penn State's offensive line has improved. I mean, I think they're much better. James, go out there and pound these guys. It won't be easy, but pound them, and then that'll open up the passing game, you know? And I got a lot of confidence in Tom Allen. He's going to be fine. The one thing about them, let me say this. The thing that I thought happened, it wasn't the scheme that Penn State had defensively against, you know, in the championship game. That wasn't what, you know what it was that I thought? Was the speed. And I would coach in teams like that when we played the Oklahomas of the world and so forth, that their players were faster than ours. And it takes, sometimes you just physically are a half a step late because of the speed. Well, SMU's got some of these guys. I'm not saying they're Oregon guys, don't get me wrong, but they're going to show up the same way. So that's the one thing that if I'm Tom Allen that I'm really looking at and I'm really talking about is the speed and the athletic of these guys, not necessarily the scheme. And I think that they'll get that figured out. But it's making sure that we are at the same level emotionally that we were when we played the Big Ten championship game against
And
Oregon.
I think they will be. It's a playoff game inside Beaver Stadium. Even though it's a noon Eastern kick, it is a whiteout. James Franklin has said he wants 2 whiteouts. The first one he controls, that's the fan base. Right. The second one, that's Mother Nature. He wants nasty weather for SMU. Don't control that, but always a good chance that you get a little bit of that on December 21st.
Don't assume. Don't you assume.
In State College. I love their draw. Should they win, they go to the Fiesta Bowl and take on Boise State.